Hi guys, this is Drewbtube. I put together a quick little video about rising every time you fall. So let me know what you think, and if you didn't like it, feel free to dislike the video. And if you did like it, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and I hope you have a great Monday.
And when a young man says to me, I can't do it, I become concerned because in a sense he's saying I don't understand the gospel. He may not be motivated, he may have discouragements, there may be barriers in his life, but you will. And I promise you, young priesthood bearers, that if you really come to know who you are through the scriptures and through the revealed doctrine of this church, you can accomplish anything you want in this life. Now, I didn't mean to suggest by that you won't stumble a time or two. That's a part of the growing process. The lives of any great man will testify to you that oft times he has many failures. There is no disgrace in falling down. The disgrace is lying there. To get up one more time than you fall is to be a winner. To stay down is to be a loser. I think of that great immortal athlete, Babe Ruth, when I talk about that particular principle. Let me just share a little experience from his life. It was a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the summer of 1927, and 35,000 wildly excited baseball fans packed Shibe Park. They were giving Babe Ruth the raspberry, and really good. Lefty Bob Grove, one of the greatest left-handed pitchers of all time, had just struck out Babe Ruth on 3 consecutive pitches, leaving 2 runners stranded on base. As the great slugger returned to the bench amidst wild and jeering comments, he looked up into the stands with an unruffled smile, just as he did the first time, and gave his cap a polite little tip from his perspiring brow, stepped down into the dugout, and calmly took a drink of water. In the 8th inning, when he came up for his 3rd time at bat, the situation was critical. The Athletics were leading the Yankees 3-1. The bases were full and 2 were out. As Babe selected his favorite bat and started toward the plate, the crowd rose in a body, as if by signal. The excitement was tremendous. "Strike him out again," pleaded the fans to Grove. Strutting around the pitcher's box, it was easy to see that the big southpaw believed he was just going to do that. As the mighty batter took his position, the crowd became hysterical. There was a pause. Mickey Cochran, the A's great catcher, crouched to give the signal. Grove threw one with lightning speed. Ruth swung. It was a foul tip. "Strike 1, roared the umpire. Again the signal. And the pitch was too fast to follow. Again, the Babe took that significant swing and missed. "Strike 2 was the suggestion. Ruth staggered and went down. He had literally swung himself off his feet. There was a cloud of dust as the big fella sprawled on the ground. The crowd was going mad. Finally regaining his feet, the Bambino brushed the dust off his trousers, dried his hands, and got set for the next pitch. Grove delivered the ball so fast, not a single fan could see it. Babe swung, but this time he connected. It was only a split second before everybody seemed to realize what had happened. That ball was never coming back. It disappeared over the scoreboard and cleared the houses across the street. One of the longest hits ever recorded in baseball. As Ruth trotted around the bases and across the plate behind the other runners with what proved to be the winning run, he received a wild ovation from the crowd. Ruth doffed his cap with that little smile, and the expression on his face was easily like the one he wore the first 2 trips when he had gone down swinging. Later in the season, after the Yankees had clinched the American League pennant, Grantland Rice, interviewing the Babe, said, "What do you do when you get in a batting slump?" Babe replied, "I just keep going up there and keep swinging. I know the old law of averages will hold good for me the same as it does for everybody else. If I keep having my healthy swings. If I strike out 2 or 3 times in a game or fail to get a hit for a week, why should I worry? Let the pitchers worry. They're the guys who are going to have to pay for it later on." This unshakable faith is making the law of average work for him, and he accepted the bad and failures with the smile. This simple philosophy had much to do with making him baseball's greatest slugger. His attitude of taking both good and bad made him one of the game's greatest heroes.